up, everyone on YouTube? What is going on, everyone? Are you hanging, chilling? Let's keep rocking. Nice, enjoy your oatmeal, man. I like oatmeal. I have my thoughts on Bet You Can't Play This. I'll tell you in a minute. Or I'll play Signal. Yeah, a lot of people keep asking me questions. Like, I heard there's this thing going on online right now, especially down in Brazil. Thank you, thank you for that comment about me joining Sepultura. I mean, listen, man, I love Andreas' guitar playing. He was always my favorite part of Sepultura. Even old Sepultura was his solos, his riffs. Um, you know, big influence on me. Would I do something with him? Yeah, sure. When if the opportunity arose, when the time is right, you know, we'd have to talk. There'd be a lot of talking. Um, as a fan of old school Sepultura, I would have loved to heard Andreas do projects with other lead guitar players. So we'll see. A little too soon right now, and I'm super busy doing my thing. I'm sure he's super busy, but I do appreciate the fans making those kind of comments. Pretty cool, pretty amusing too. Um, you know, I get it. I see how you guys get it, and it makes sense to you. George Lynch vibes. Yeah, dude, I'm glad you picked up on that, Duff Drum. I'm a huge George Lynch fan. He's one of my favorite guitar players of all time. Big influence on me, man. Big influence. With all the when I do the slides, that's all. That's George Lynch style. His legato. I love George Lynch, man. Right? So scary. I love Lynch, man. Huge George Lynch fan. He's a very big influence on me. Um, it actually got me really. I always loved Dokken as a kid, um, back in the '80s. Loved it. But what really made me go back and really appreciate those old Dokken records and Lynch Mob was I heard from a very good friend of mine, and also who was very good friends with Dimebag. Grew up with Dimebag. Told me that Dime was a huge George Lynch fan, huge Dokken fan, and he didn't really talk about it when he would talk about his influences, because I think from what my buddy was saying was that like Dime was trying to get away from the whole hair metal stigma. Um, so I think maybe that's why he didn't really talk about Lynch too much, like in interviews, like he did about Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads and stuff like that. But you hear it in Dime's playing. He's another guy who's you could tell is very influenced by George Lynch with the delay tone, his legato, the dive bombs. So anyway, once I heard that Dime was a big fan of Lynch, it made me go back and listen to those old Dokken records and appreciate George Lynch's playing. And now I'm just like the biggest George Lynch fan ever, man. I've like got all the Dokken records, and I love listening to that stuff. So that's cool. You picked up on that. That you hear the George Lynch in my playing, because I'm a huge fan of Lynch. That dude inspires me all the time. Yeah, people. If you were around in the '80s, I don't know how old you are, but like my generation, I started playing guitar in '86. Lynch was one of the top shredders, man. He was one of those guys, man. What up in Corpus Christi, Vato? And George Lynch was one of those guys back in the '80s that was that generation, the Yngwie Malmsteen, Warren DeMartini. I kind of want to call like the second wave of those Eddie Van Halen type of shredders, man. Vito Bratta, Red Beach, all those guys were a very big influence, and I still listen to a lot of that music, man. I love all that old school hair metal. It's got some of the best guitar playing ever. But yeah, anyway, I know there's been this like campaign, I want to call it, online about trying to get me into Sepultura, man. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. It's pretty funny though, that people appreciate my playing. That they would want to hear it in that context. Thank you. Well, thank you, damn introvert. I love all that style. What about Cavalier Conspiracy? What about it? Obviously, I'm not doing that no more either. You know, basically the same band as Soulfly. That's fine with me, man. All good. But hey, listen, here's the good news, man. I'm going to be playing a lot of Cavalier Conspiracy in my solo shows, in Hail the Horns, in Revenge Beast, all my new projects. I mean, listen, I had a lot to do with those Cavalier Conspiracy songs, obviously. And I'm going to continue playing them. So, you know, I can play whatever I want live, and I plan on it. Yeah, bet you can't play the shredded. That's right, someone brought that up. Yeah, you know what? My opinion on the whole, you know, the bet you can't play this. Obviously, it's awesome. I love it. I would have to. I did it back in like 2005. You know, I'd have to write a piece out, and I'm more into writing songs and having sections with the big solo, with a big improvised solo. But I'm more into songwriting, writing riffs, writing a song, a catchy song. That whole bet you can't play this. Like I feel like it's kind of like a gimmick. It's cool, you know, and did it. I did one that I wrote specifically for it. Where I don't remember, but it was something like it's on YouTube. It was kind of sloppy. I could have done it better. This was years ago. But I just feel like, you know, I'm more into songwriting, dude. I'm not into the whole gimmick of shredding. You know, for me, shredding is something that is just an improv, a feeling. You know, it's something that I like to do for the feel of it. Spotify from the artist perspective. I think I'm on Spotify, right? I don't know, bro. I still listen to CDs. I still listen to cassettes. I have all my old cassettes, man. I don't listen to music on Spotify. I know my music, I believe, is on Spotify, but I still listen to cassettes, bro. You know, it's I don't care about all this technology, man. I'm old school. I'd rather listen to vinyl, CDs, cassette. You know, I like to listen to an entire record in its entirety. That's what I personally like. That's the vibe it does. You're the well. Thank you, dude. I mean, listen, dude. You know, a lot of truths are coming out now. You know, and I did. I had. I'm not going to sit here and let other people say that I did not have a lot to do with the songwriting. I did. You know, I had a lot to do with it. It is what it is, man. You know, I mean, the fact that I can sit here and play all those songs for you that you request, you know, that sums it up, right? Great. New project. Yeah, I've been doing instrumental for a very, very long time. That's the kind of music I love. I've always loved instrumental guitar music. That's just what I love. I love Satch. I love Steve Vai. I'm a huge fan of all this stuff. So yes, I'm working on a new solo record. My greatest hits just came out, which is why the video rotation just dropped by CSNY Pro. They did a great job. It's my first real video. Seven strings are great. Yeah, the Ibanez sevens are awesome, man. This is actually a buddy of mine from that company, Black Art. They're really cool. They gave me this guitar years ago, and I like it, man. It's when I'm at my other crib where I'm at right now. I play this guitar here. So this Thursday, if any of you guys are in the New York, New Jersey area, I'm playing with one of my favorite blues artists, Papa Chubby, at Debonair Music Hall. It's a great club if you've ever been there. It used to be called Mexicali, Teaneck, New Jersey. So come on out, man. I'm gonna be opening up for him, and I'm real excited for the show, man. I mean, I'll probably do more of a bluesy set. We have a clarinetist in this house, so everyone knows. If you hear a clarinet behind me. Similar to the Ola thing. Yeah, it's a good idea, man. You know, I'm trying to build this YouTube channel, and I know what Ola does. He does like reviews and stuff. Sorry, we got someone upstairs that plays the clarinet. I apologize. They're good. They're gonna be really good one day. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind doing reviews. That's a good idea, right? I mean, he's got a whole where, like I said, I'm working on my YouTube channel to make it more professional and come on here a lot more. So just stick around and you'll see I'll be doing a lot more. but back to that question about bet you can't play this. I always thought it was cool when it first came out. It was cool, but I just feel like it's kind of old now. I mean, I don't. Do they even do it anymore? It kind of to me it kind of got old. I'd rather hear a great song and shredding within the context of a great song. I mean, that's what I'm really into, man. Is writing a song, great riffs, something headbanging, with areas to shred out. I mean, back to George Lynch, Mr. Scary, that song. That's basically all my instrumental stuff. I try to make it like that song, Mr. Scary. Where there's parts and all types of melodies. The guitar sings the chorus. It's very Joe Satriani-ish. That's what I like to do with shred. I'm not really the kind of guy, if I'm shredding, a lot of times it's improv, man. It's just me just running through my scales and just moving my fingers around and just trying to make something exciting. I mean, I don't always, I write solos out sometimes, but a lot of my stuff is just improv, man. So for me to do I bet you can't play this, I'd have to really sit down and think about something. And am I writing it for feel, or am I writing something just to scare somebody, to try to scare someone? I mean, that's not really why I shred, if I shred at all. It's just, to me, it's all about feel and creating a vibe within the song. Nah, I never met Wayne Static. I never. I did shows with Static X years ago when I was in El Nino, but I never met him. I never met the guy. Tony, obviously, I'm very close with. We have our project together real soon. Hail the Horns. So, Eric Johnson, yes. Good observation, Duff. I'm a huge Eric Johnson fan, especially these last couple of years. I don't know if you noticed, but I really have been influenced by Eric Johnson. So yeah, my tone, I definitely try for my lead tone to have that nice, clean, bluesy, creamy type of Eric Johnson tone. I've been working on his pentatonics and fives. I can't do it like him. I'm working on it, man. I don't know how he picks every note, man. It drives me crazy how he does that, I kind of do it with more legato technique. But I know he picks every note. I like his triads he does. Chicken picks it, puts his middle finger in. So I've been kind of going for that vibe, I really want to go more into an instrumental soloist kind of vibe like Eric Johnson, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, but make it heavier. I definitely, that's always been my idea, was to try to make instrumental music that Dimebag would have wrote if he made instrumental stuff, but then also add that Eric Johnson, Joe Satriani vibe. A little more bluesy. I come from the 80s school of playing, man. 70s. I grew up on classic rock. I still love classic rock. It's some of my favorite style of music. So my whole thing is improv, man. If I'm ripping, it's a lot of it, 90% of the time is just improv, man. And a lot of my solos that I did, like in Soulfly and Cavalier Conspiracy, was improv. And sometimes I would go back and learn it note for note, and other times I would be like, nah, man, I'm going to improv it live all the time. And I'll tell you what, that's the kind of guitar player you'd have to be in a band like Soulflies. You gotta know how to improv and create shit on the spot, because there was a lot of those records, man, people don't know, but we recorded them in 2 weeks, which is really not the right way to make a record. But they were able to do it all these years because I knew how to improvise in the studio, and I could knock out all my solos in one day if I had to, because I'm into improvising, and we let the tape go, and 9 out 10 times I would get my solos in one take, and we would knock the leads out in one day. I think most guys wouldn't agree to that, But some of you don't like that, know, I mean, I read some. There's a very small percentage of you that love like the primitive record, the first record. I mean, that's cool if that's your thing. I never liked any of those Soulfly records. You know, for me, when I started playing with Max, my whole thing was get Max back to Beneath the Remains and Arise. Yeah, ESP is cool, man. I used to play ESP. You know, they make great stuff, man. Hey, make sure you guys also follow me on Twitch, okay? I'm doing a lot more live feeds on Twitch and on YouTube here. Any more questions, guys? Because I'm going to get out of here. I don't know if any of you guys liked my last workout video I did, but I'm going right back to that park actually tonight, I think, to do a workout. So if anybody is interested, hit me up. You could jump in and train along with me. It's real, all simple calisthenics that I like to do. Oh, you will. Hey guys, also you got to check out the new Revenge Beast video for the song I Am. The lyric video is up here on YouTube, but we're getting ready to drop in the next probably couple weeks to a month the official band video with all the members in it. So I'm really excited about that because I'll tell you, this project Revenge Beast I got going on, we're doing, you know, it's a lot of originals, and we're working on our new record, and I actually think we're going to have it out come the new year, beginning of the new year, because we're working very quickly on this recording, and it's some of the heaviest shit I've ever done, guys. I mean, the name sums it up, Revenge Beast. I mean, that's a heavy name for a band, and we're coming out swinging, so be very aware, be ready. What UK bands do you like? Love Skindred. You know, those are my buddies, man. Benji from Skindred. I love that dude. They're amazing. Always loved Skindred. And I'll tell you, one of my favorite guitar players of all time, man. Andy James. He's a very good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. I'm super happy for him that he got the Five Finger Death Punch gig. He deserves it. You know, I think Andy James is like one of the best shredder metal guitar players out there right now. He's been a big influence on me for years, and just a great dude. And I'm very happy that he's doing great things, man. So if you haven't heard him, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, check him out, man. He's one of the most scariest guitar players I ever heard in my life, man. He blows me away. Oh, is that what you said? Yeah. My Washburn Signature, man. It's a great guitar. I love it. You know, I don't have it on me at this crib. It's at my other place, but yeah, they're great. You know, pick one up. I kind of lost contact with Washburn. You know, my rep left the company, and I don't even know who to reach out to right now at this point, unfortunately. But they make great shit, man. You know, and my Signature is one of my favorite guitars I ever made, so that I helped design. So yeah. Pick it up if they're still selling it. I think they are. Nah, you know, I kind of took a break from the BC Rich. I love my Stealth. My Stealth, I thought was a great model. It was very much made for death metal style of players. I know in the death metal community, everybody loves that Stealth. You know. And I just, you know what it was? I was with BC Rich for a while, and that guitar sold well, and I really enjoyed playing it. But I wanted to, like, you know, maybe play like a more classic shape. You know, I like the SG shape. I like the Les Paul shape. something where like if I was gonna go do a gig like I'm doing on Thursday with a blues artist, I could play more bluesy, more jazzy, fusion, and not play such a metal, pointy looking guitar. And I had asked BC Rich a couple years after my signature came out. I was like, hey man, could we do another signature? And they weren't interested in doing another one with me. So I think I went on the Paul Reed Smith. I was playing PRS for a while. And I felt more comfortable playing those guitars like when I go play like jazz gigs, blues, you know. I don't know who Halo is, man. That's a company, right? Isn't that a guitar company? I think. So I like a guitar nowadays that you can play metal. It can look metal, like this guitar, let's say, or I could go play, open up for a jazz group and play a little more bluesy, jazzy, and not feel so, you know, out of place playing a guitar that looks like a freaking battle axe. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong, but I feel a little weird, like if I'm playing like in a jazz blues, because I love playing jazzy clubs, blues clubs, especially living here in New Jersey. I'll go to New York City and play jazz clubs here in Jersey, do like kind of more jazzy type of blues places. And I don't want to feel like I'm the metalhead that walks in with a freaking battle axe guitar, like I'm gonna swing it at somebody, so that's kind of why I stopped playing the stealth. I don't have as many guitars as I used to have. I used to probably have like 50, maybe 60. I sold a lot over the years. I gave a lot to friends, honestly, man. If I'm not playing a guitar and it's just sitting there, I'd rather just give it to a young kid or something, or sell it if someone made me an offer. But now I think I maybe have about 20 guitars I'm down to. I'm not one of these guys that needs to switch guitars, live. When I play live, I usually play one guitar for the entire night unless I pop a string. I get comfortable on a guitar, and I feel like the more you play the same guitar, the more comfortable you are on it, and the better you're gonna play because you're comfortable on it. So that's it. Yeah, the BC Rich is great, bro. Yo, I love BC Rich, man. I actually was playing the Gunslinger for a while, um, especially at my solo gigs, and it fit me very well. I don't know. I jump around too much. I admit to it. I get a little too greedy with guitar companies, and I like jumping around. Yeah, I mean, Washburn makes great shit, man. Again, I don't know what's going on over there. I kind of lost contact with the company, and I feel bad about it. Um, but they make great stuff. I don't know what's going on. I think I heard a couple different rumors of people leaving, and I need to reach out to them and see what's going on, because I really do like Washburn stuff a lot. I'm sure you guys have noticed I've also been playing Diamond. They make some great stuff. They've hooked me up with some really sweet guitars. So we'll see what the future holds. Whoever's gonna work for me the hardest, because I'm out there doing my thing. So yeah, Schecter's great too, man. I used to own the Jeff Loomis 7 string, man. That was a great guitar. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My all-time favorite guitar of all time is a Gibson SG. I'm just so comfortable on it. I think actually I asked Washburn to build me a 7 string style SG. I don't think they ever really sounded like they wanted to make it for me. I also approached Diamond. They said they would make it. I'm waiting to hear from them. I was supposed to have it by now. You know, these companies, man, I love them all. But you gotta show me something. So hopefully Diamond makes me that guitar, and I get it soon, because I really do like the SG style shape. Well, with Soulfly, I use the drop tuner a lot, because Max always wanted to use these crazy different tunings and change the tunings to this and that, especially live. And then we would have to travel the world with like 7 guitars, and when I would go fly, I'd have to pay for these 7 guitars, and I wouldn't always get reimbursed. That was the funny thing, was that they wanted you to play like 7, 8 guitars live, but you wouldn't always get reimbursed. Not reimbursed. Not every time would I get reimbursed. So I finally just said to myself, to hell with traveling with 6 guitars. I'm just gonna start using the drop Digitech pedal, especially when I started playing 7 string. I could do everything on the 7 string. I had my low B, I had my E string for like the old school standard tuning riffs, and then if I had to go to D, I would hit the drop tuner. If I had to go to A, the drop tuner. I had it all right here on the 7 string. So then I could just travel the world with 2 guitars, and if they screwed me on not paying me back for checking my guitars under the plane, then it wouldn't be the same as paying for freaking 7 guitars, you know. Also, I'm sure they're gonna tell you that that's not true, but that is true. Trust me, it's true. What else, guys? Really working on that Eric Johnson 5 thing, man. It's really driving me nuts, man. I can't get it tight like him. He picks every note. I don't know how he does it, dude. Maybe one of you guys can help me with it. Some good videos online about it. Down to the core. I always like Washburn. It would be great. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool, man? If someone built me, I'm looking to have a 7 string SG style guitar. ESP made something like that years ago. ESP. I love ESP, man. Years ago, I got into a situation with one of the old reps, so I left ESP and I never looked back. But they make great stuff, of course, and they did have a very nice 7 string ESP, the Viper shape. So maybe Diamond's gonna make this guitar for me. I don't know. It's been almost a year now. I'm waiting to see if they make it or not. So we'll see, because they have a real nice SG style. I don't know. I've been playing it live. You guys might have seen me play it a bit. I use the green picks, man. Dunlop. I have my own, but I'm fine with these, man. These are the Dunlop, the green, whatever size the green is, says 88 millimeters. It's fine with me, man. I like the green. You can find these all over the world. That's why I like to play the green ones. Yeah. Hey, you know what, man? Whatever you're comfortable with. I used to like the big white triangle ones. They look like a freaking Chinese star. I couldn't find them in Europe though, so I just stopped using them. What up in Belo Horizonte, in Brazil? Viva Brazil! So I use the green because no matter where I am in the world on tour, I could always find these green picks. So I just forced myself to get used to using this, and that's what I use because you can find them everywhere. Yeah, I've gone on stage sick many times, dude. I've never missed a show. I don't care. I don't care if I'm dying. I'm going on stage, dude. Like honestly, a year and a half ago, I think I had COVID, and I was sick as a dog. I was on tour with Soulfly, sick as a dog, um, burning up with a fever, and I just stayed in bed all day, you know. And then when it was time to do the show, got up, did the show, and I pushed through it, you know. Um, I'm not one of these guys, I would have to be in my deathbed, you know, like seriously, like some of these guys that say I'm sick, I can't go on stage. I don't get it. I mean, if you're a singer, I get it because your voice, that's different. If you can't sing, you can't talk, I get it. But I never missed a show ever. Not everybody can say that. Not everybody can say that. I know a lot of people that can't say that. I was in a band with someone who can't say that. That's a funny story. SG 24. Yeah, well, it would be a 24. I like 24 frets. So yeah, it would be a 24 fret Gibson SG style body. Yeah, that's what Diamond would be building me if I get it. Infected toenail. Yeah, who was that? I don't know. I don't know who that was. That does sound familiar though. That story. Dude, again, I would have to be dying, and even then, I still would go on stage, especially if it's a big show. I don't. I've been in bands with people in the past, that did silly things, claiming they were sick or, were wasted and didn't make the show. In the middle of a show, have to go to a tent to get oxygen. I think it's hysterical, dude. You know what it is, though, man? I mean, listen, dude, I grew up, if I wasn't doing music, I was doing boxing. My plan was to go pro. I love boxing. I love sports. I love being in shape, being healthy. Um, Listen, playing music on stage, there's nothing hard about it, intricate. Again, I would have to be dying, like stabbed, bleeding to death to not go on stage. I'm used to being in the ring boxing where, I got the shit kicked out of me and I still have, when the bell rings, you still have to go out there and fight, for your honor. So some of these people that won't go on stage because they got a little sore throat or an infected toenail or they got a hangover from the night before, man. You know what, man? Just get out of metal. You're a pussy. Get out of metal. You don't belong in this business, man. You don't belong in this business. It's basic dude stuff. Hey, what up, Vitor? South America. Thank you. I'm glad you love Rotation, man. That's a great video. Big thank you to CSNY Productions for making that video and making dreams come true, because that's my first real video that I've ever done for my solo project. So I'm really excited about that video. It's simple and right to the point, and I think it came out excellent. I love it. So thank you. And get ready for Revenge Beast. We're going to be doing our next video. Thank you, Billy Ho. I'm glad you like the Wawa section, man. Dude, listen, my record Rotation is one of my favorite records I've ever done. I did it with my favorite producer, Zeus. He made my favorite Soulfly record I ever did, which was Enslaved. I mean, him, we had a great working relationship during Enslaved, and he was kind enough to hook me up to do my solo record, man. So that's why I love that record, Rotation, man. It's just it's got my favorite riffs. I think if you're a metalhead, you'll love it. Even though there's no vocals, you can still headbang to it. Yeah, go check out my project Revenge Beast. We got like 3 songs up on YouTube on this channel. Look, man, the music speaks for itself. A lot of people saying to me, like, asking me about why'd you leave Soulfly, or listen to Revenge Beast, dude. I don't need to say no more. Revenge Beast, it's some of the best metal I've ever recorded. So check it out. That's all I could say. I'm really proud of the project. All right, guys, any last questions? I'm going to get out of here, man. I appreciate all the awesome questions you guys have been asking. But it's time to call this a night here. Like I said, I'm heading to the park, get my workout on. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? Talk to me. All right, Billy Ho. You too, man. You guys all be safe. Everyone have a great night. I'll probably do a Twitch live feed soon. And keep in touch, man. Oh, yeah. Viva Brazil. The situation with Dave Ellison. Oh, man. Listen, man, I love Dave. I feel terrible that situation, got brought into his life. And it's terrible, man, But I think he's going to bounce back from this, man. I hope all the accusations are not true. I think he's a great dude. He's a very good friend of mine. I consider him a great friend, And I think he'll bounce back from this, and his new projects are going to be great. You know, he's one of the best bass players in metal. He's a great dude, super professional to be in a band with, man. I mean, that guy always showed up prepared and kicked ass. Um, I think he's going to bounce back, man. I think he just needs a little time, and whatever he does from here on out is going to be successful. And I wish him nothing but the best, too. I hope to play with him again soon. He's great. Yeah, prophecy. All right, guys, I'm going to split. Good talk. Keep in touch, all right? Peace.